Bonjour, bonjour, c'est Egon, bienvenue dans ce nouveau live Disco Elysium. On était réussi à passer enfin de l'autre côté de l'écluse. Regardez ça d'abord. Alors voilà la dame. C'est une dame, hein. Ouais, elle parle pas la langue du pays. Oula, c'est fort là.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
Then how does she know you're here?
Oh, comment c'est? Là-bas, t'as entendu?
Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
Je sais pas, je suis curieux de savoir je me renseigne sur les doubleurs du jeu en fait. De quel pays? Bienvenue ici.
No, not you personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another, locked himself in that woodshed over there. He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place. Somewhere.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
Oui, la voix off, ça va. Il y a certaines traductions, c'est trop accent, je sais pas, français ou autre, mais on voit que c'est pas les gens qui doublent, on a pas l'impression que c'est pas leur langue maternelle.
Oh, the usual. Dark tidings. Black.
That's you, all right. A black hound licking your own heels.
You're not. No one around here considers us an ill omen. People would...
Maybe they are afraid. Because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here. As long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then. Because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone, searching for treasure. So are others. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us? Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking. And my married name is Sadie. Now it's your turn, Mr. Quite a handle you got there. So many titles. One of them double.
She's got a couple of ranks herself. Honored chief and so on.
Just us. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist. This is pretty much a non-place. A gap. A blank spot on the map. Just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street.
The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny.
The lack of wealth is the one thing we've got in abundance.
Sourire cryptique.
Riddles. fits with the general ambiance here.
Aye. Sometimes it's as though I'm also gotten lost in... Oh, it seems to be a common theme these days. Isn't that what people always think when they are lost? Something I can do for you to find your way, officer? Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east, but they are away right now. And then there's the drugs. Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can do about it. Home is home. Even Lillian is tough. Tougher than the men here, at least. If it wasn't for her and the kids, this place, sooner or later, you'll see for yourself. Don't have to look long to find these guys.
She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
Not much. There's the abandoned church, the DeLorean Church of Humanity. It's been there since before my time, even. Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around. Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years ago. Must have...
So, they don't hold services there anymore? The ecclesia...
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open. It's a pity. It's used to... Before you get to the church, there's some ruins, an apartment complex, or some kind of electrical plant. Run down of note, the old fish market up on the boardwalk, but it's closed. As I said, it's a peninsula. There's no one there, just ghosts and vagrants and teenagers making out. Eh? What's this about? Come now, I can't read all this scribble. Tell me what it says. Huh, I might be half blind, but it looks like part of the village is gonna be a street. The best part, the part we need to get out of our houses. I see Lillian's name is already here. The girl is too trusting. Either way, I've seen it all before. You think they've got our interests at heart? Rich men are always selling poor men promises they never planned to keep. Then the poor get pushed out of their homes and the rich get a little richer. That's the way it goes. So, no, I don't...
In her mind, the union is right-wing because Everard is fat. It's that she speaks with the authority of a leader. Hers is the final word around here.
7%, c'est pas la peine.
Volumetric shit compressor. Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of...
Ok, donc ça c'est bon. On déverrouiller en durant la pensée, c'est à 4. Peut-être que je peux faire le truc de pour le corps maintenant. Voilà, inspecter le corps. Donc là, peut-être que je pourrais faire ça. Ok. Et donc normalement, logiquement, je peux me TP maintenant. Voilà, bah c'est mieux ça.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your side, the man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of the material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick, delicate, and fragile. They feel alien. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots. Ceramic plate, zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the heel, fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping. Suddenly your biceps coil up. Your elbow is sharp and cocked for a punch.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally from
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae, and if trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right. The whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination, E50, 100, 1000.
Good. Can you read it to me?
X5415 6745 678222.
We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an
Stop! Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
You're about to pull his head off.
Do it, homo!
Pull his head off. There's no point performing an autopsy if you do. We'll have compromised the coroner's case.
Indeed, from this angle, it does look like the neck isn't going to take much more. Being dead for a week has all but liquefied his muscles.
What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot? Try what exactly?
If you can't experiment, how will you learn?
I see what you mean. But even so, there's no way you are getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots for 7 days. They are fused to his feet now. Why do you
There might still be a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around. All right then, you can pay the hostel bill in honor points. How many honor points have you collected?
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. Should we continue?
The cadaver slowly twists. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts.
Industrial strength. The kind used for tying cargo to lorries. Yes, it looks like they used whatever was on hand, paying no attention to not incriminating themselves. Right now, everything seems to fit their confession. It's not merely polyester, it's steel reinforced. See these lines? This is where the wires run. I see rabbits for more than 20 strands. This makes getting him down much more problematic than
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in...
I have only a cursive knowledge of the science of cybernetics. I would not know if it were. But it's not quite complex enough, I agree.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it. Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it? It contains insight to the victim's person. This was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter to us. Now, if we could find someone to decipher it. Here, a souvenir. Don't lose it.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow. His eyes are milky white and blind to the world. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to... The corpse is dead silent. You have no idea...
Who is he? He is male, 40 to 50, with...
The corpse looks right through you as you distance yourself. As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a... This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his... Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse...
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
The monster comes back into focus. An explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins.
So, what do you think? I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all...
Stop talking in riddles.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno! Fucked him up brutal-like!
Agreed. Especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging. Everything here seems to corroborate that assumption, but we should still get him down before assigning a probable cause of death.
But there is no breath to catch. Only...
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting it. Someone else? You mean like The police?
What was that about processing, then? Weren't they supposed to take care of the boots? Why don't they help?
No. Think of the boys from processing as murderers. Only instead of people, they murder crime scenes. Processing is a wrecking crew. They know how to commission off items and how to work the incinerator. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast. Climb up there and saw the branch? There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Ouais.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss, Kuno!
Silence. With his and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The chick's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts.
God damn it.
A lot of things were wrong with that shot. The fellow's desk was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised, but above all, he cannot trust his eyesight.
Fucking idiot!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? Kuno's sorry too.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything,
Tu pourrais dire aux
and the
jeunes de
victim
tirer
remains
là, ici, bien
uncompromised.
visible.
Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that. I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks. Go ahead, I'm not stopping you. Just don't...
They only have one!
This is the sorriest pair of...
Yeah, take it, you fucking banani boyka! Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth!
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth!
Kuno is silent. Aggression gathers in the air. The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Il va y avoir un tirage, non?
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth?
42.
At least you won't miss.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely to the slow movement of the branch in the wind, and your shoulders directing the gun sink up.
Look, he's crying. You gonna
Okay.
cry now, fucking faggoty? Or what? You gonna fuck me? You wanna fuck me, pig? Is that what this is about?
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces, coming loose with a whir. With your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body slump down. For a moment, the man appears to kneel in front of you, looking straight at you, helpless, trapped within itself.
Communism.
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. You have no idea. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud. letting out a horrid stench.
Alors, décroche le canal derrière.
Fuck you, Kurpale!
Ace is high.
The lieutenant takes a little hop to perform the customary salutation. Your palm hurts from the slap. It's
I knew these guys were f***ed.
Officer, let's keep our attention on the victim. We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before... Excuse me.
slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells.
It looks like I feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. Just a little breather before we do the... I would suggest we interview Everhart and Joyce, the leader of the union and the Wild Pines rep. But we've already done that, so it's up to you, detective. Take us where we need to be.
He trusts you have plenty of things and...
Ok, alors attends. Ah, je pourrais... Ah oui, d'accord, les autres, je peux plus... Je peux plus le faire, les glandes machin. Pas assez de points de talent.
An intricate web of blue lines. It almost looks like the electronic patterns inside are gone. For you to discover. You've got to know.
D'accord, tu fais rien. La victime. Faire ça. Là, tout à l'heure, il m'a manqué des trucs par contre. Hein. Manquer de la rhétorique, de l'endurance et de quoi. Rhétorique. Et qu'endurance, j'ai pas beaucoup. Pour parler aux autres, c'était quoi déjà? Peut-être... Je sais pas trop de quoi mettre. Il y a plus. Endurance, c'était pour ce que je viens de faire, donc comme c'est bon. Le trace, tiens. Et là, les traces, on peut le faire maintenant.
There are several footprints
Ah,
in the mud, left by
Ah non, c'est des
workers.
projections.
Anywhere from
magnétiques.
6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
Noted.
Heavy workers' boots would... Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Ok, attends.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad? Kuno doesn't
28%, c'est un peu juste.
The rotting man lies. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Ah là, il faut plus de cours intérieurs.
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them. Unfortunately, no. They are better than nothing. Tell you what, I perform the anatomical side of things while you will take notes. That's right.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first.
That's you.
The corpse is indifferent to your scribblings.
KK57 dash O.
That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question.
Next. We've heard the nom de guerre. Lely. It's better than... What's next? Data NA. Roughly 50.
Try 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side. He nods.
Mondial.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither.
Fucky!
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and in
We're still going with March 4th. What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10.
KK 57 0503.
None. At least not after the initial examination. Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
How did you not know that? Aren't you a cop? You're leaving a weak impression here. Say something sure-handed. A silent nod. The lieutenant places his... Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious. Somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row. Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand to the... Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today.
We should start the post-mortem.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on...
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing...
The boots are ceramic. Vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing. The boot has a serial number. It's E50.100.1 tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single continuous tattoo resembling a microelectronical circuit board. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings. The deceased has a cargo lashing belt around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow, well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male... Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs.
Fucking low velocity. You think Kuno doesn't... Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation. Ligature mark. The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the bell so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now, we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much...
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck. swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east. You jam the cutters right under the knot. That seems like a smart idea. Yeah, somewhere there. Already they're buried deep in the man's flesh. A really, really bad smell is coming from there now. And
Yeah, fuck him! Fuck that faggot!
Told you my pig was hardcore.
I should have a go first. I think I have a strategy.
he sinks the cutters into the knot, preparing to perform the cuts with his elbow to it. Yes, that's much better form than you. Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red.
Here. The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back.
As it ought to. This is where its grip on the curdled meat is gentlest, pulling up.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced. Chest is intact. Normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant.
No! It's gonna happen soon!
I fucking knew it!
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury. Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
Last item, hands.
The hand is surprisingly heavy to lift, filled with decay liquids. Feels as though
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling. Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next? Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related.
With his eyes almost closed, you hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers.
Yeah, jack that
Dégueulasse.
fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Respiratory system. Oral cavity shows no lesions.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's hard. Once more, you taste stomach acid in the back of your throat. A contraction. Your throat pumps a little something. Inside, you see darkness. Mute silence as always.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus. Hepatobiliary. Na. Ah. Are you a hepatobiliary expert? Neither am I. Same for toxicology and serology. Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hand. Gastrointestinal. Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila. What's next on the list? Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck.
Be thorough if you want maximum results.
Oh, so we inflicted them? You mean the incision on the thorax from a chain cutter? That was not a team effort, and I wouldn't mention it. Muddies the water.
See? These pigs are fucking...
Why don't you fuck him if you love him so much?
Now, injuries. Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. And your opinion, officer? Agreed. Next injury? So, the scalp bleeds from...
At maximum.
has confessed to causing it.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest.
No, it's not.
Fucking fail as shit.
Bitch saying your injuries weren't
I do what I want, see? Learn it.
Right. Next. Nothing. Just in case. A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the... I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and...
Below the note, two Think for a moment. There's time. Don't rush.
That's it. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
Ah bah tiens.
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then for processing.
I'm sure we didn't get
Oui, pour
everything. There's always something. I'm gone. Into the wild pale yonder. In the past. Way out in the west. I'm a joke. Look at me. A killer. A motherfucker. Takes one to know one. Go ahead, Cobbo. What do you mean? It's the power of your imagination. Go ahead. Ask me more questions. Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Here you go, you loony. Because you have. Fuck no. You're no Rooney. No, you're not a Harry either. You're a motherfucker. That come back later, Corporal. Amuse yourself with my frank... Shoot, Looney Rooney. Come back later, Corporal.
Okay. I need a little help for carrying him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can take care of the rest. Continue working here. The locals, the case, or attend to your own business. I will meet you downstairs in the Whirling in Rags tomorrow morning, 7:30 sharp.
This means Lieutenant Kisuragi will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You're free to do side tasks, and even the main case, though it might be more difficult. If you have nothing to do, read books or sit on the bench on the plaza.
Lisez un livre. Alors attends. Un point à mettre. Là j'ai mis en rhétorique, je pourrais le mettre en endurance. Appeler. Ah, lieutenant. Ah bah non, je peux pas appeler parce qu'il est pas là. Donc ça, je peux pas le faire. On va toujours interroger la dame. On va faire ça.
Can I help you?
Got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night, but remember...
How could anyone forget, asshole? A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face,
Ouais.
adorned.
Pas...
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
Non, on peut pas... On est obligé d'attendre. Je vais te coucher.
Sure. Do whatever you need to do. Sure, I can try. Actually, officer, I didn't know, I guess.
Where in the
T'as
GRIH
vu tout
is
ça?
the lieutenant? Possibly speeding from one terminal to another in glorious solitude. Wherever he is, you need him. Your other questions will make little sense without him here.
Ouais, je suis tellement... Donc, je peux même pas continuer, en fait. Je préfère si je peux pas lui poser la question. Abondardi de raconter. Ah non, il y a aussi où interroger le syndicat, là. Voilà, retourne de l'autre côté. Ah, mon Dieu. Ah, c'est un pouf. Aux gens la possibilité d'être... Non. Allez, environ 2 personnes. On va le faire.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Ah oui, ça aurait été trop beau si je réussisse. Avec 8%, c'est jamais.
You kick it, gung host.
All right, let's trash the place.
Your foot is ready to explode and punish this object. The sturdy wood door has locked.
Non, c'est pas ça.
This window.
Il y a des trucs qu'il faudrait que je vende. C'est ça, de toute façon, il n'y a rien, je peux... À tous les coups, je peux interroger le... Un policier, ça, si.
The woman in an RCM patrol officer's uniform winces.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
As Lieutenant Kitsuragi explained, a patrol officer is the lowest rank in the RCM, below lieutenant and...
Yes, I am. I'm definitely not the cavalry. I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you? By the... Okay, fine. Let's talk.
What does one talk about with a fellow officer?
What precinct?
Am I from? God, he doesn't know.
Fucking deranged lunatic.
You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying vibe from this conversation. Maybe you're doing something wrong.
I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything, Judith. Me? No. I'm just a man with sunglasses. I like wearing sunglasses inside. So
I'm just looking out for...
no one. I'm just a man with sunglasses. And you are?
You're a fucking asshole. Are we done here? It means I'm a patrol officer, sir.
What was with that, sir? It might be because you have the higher rank.
You look like shit. And I don't mean that as a metaphor.
Like undercover?
Well, as far as disguises go, this is one of the best I've seen.
Oh, come on, Jean. It looks...
It's not just this week. What do you want?
There's something about this guy that matches with the face in your head. The suit, the sunglasses, the haircut. He's famous. That's how you know what it is. It's like the two of you know each other. Just
Oh, I definitely know you from somewhere.
another life.
Yes, from another life. A different life. Maybe the life of a police officer. To what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality? Okay, that's plausible. That's entirely plausible. Now we're really getting somewhere. Somewhere good. About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like? I don't know. A sad stack of shit.
He didn't answer your question.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment? Would you now, or would I be cramping your style? Never mind. Partner. Okay. How about you stop wasting my time and get on with whatever you were doing then? You're not going to believe this, but... Yes, sir. Solving crimes, locking up bad guys, and get this, just some regular boring motherfuckers in suits and uniforms. Nothing spectacularly extravagant like you. The far... Oh, it's you, you eccentric genius. I mean, with your unorthodox approach to police work, it has to be. Not even a little bit.
Okay, yes, you get the joke. Leave it at that.
Oh, no. You see, I enjoy watching other, better cops solve crimes. And let me tell you, it's been quite a privilege seeing you work.
This isn't helping.
Neither can I, partner. Neither can I. No. Cause it's not my job. Why don't you go and fucking do yours and solve this damn hanging? Actually, I don't want to hear you say things.
Come on, Jean.
Okay, say things. I want to hear you say...
Hear that? He wants you to say things. Say what? Suddenly, out of nowhere, case-related things start popping up in your head.
So, do you know who hanged him?
Encore, pourquoi je...
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. Why are you? Oh my god, there's more. You want something more? What is it? Not as famous as you, superstar.
Yeah, it's still irony.
No, not entirely. Okay, why not? So, do you know who hanged him? Yeah, I don't know. Oh my god, there's more. Watch out for yourself, lose.
That voice, so very familiar. Did you hear it when calling to your station and reporting?
Oh really? I wonder where. That's the where you remember me from? Okay then, it's probably a coincidence.
Okay, the man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird, right? There's something missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. I know it sounds crazy, and you'll probably get laughed at. But still. Yes, just...
Again? I can't but I'm going to say no. Just to see what you'll say to that. What'd you say? Okay.
Jean, he said okay. Give it a rest.
Okay, I was clearly wrong. He is a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent, something of that kind. Not a cop. Go.
Yes? What is it?
God damn it, you leave her alone.
Can I actually help you with something?
Yes, of course. Preposterous. I mean, you would remember if they were.
Of course I'm with him. Why do you ask? The sooner you figure this hanging out, the sooner everyone can go home. Well, I guess...
Cut the shit. Every second you stand here running your mouth, the case grows colder.
Ok. Regardez là. Est-ce que je... Attends là. Je voulais faire quoi déjà? Je sais plus. Ah oui, peut-être le syndicat.
Hola, Wandering Man.
Ah non, non, elle dit Eva ou Joyce. Bon. On fout les deux là. Non, c'est Joyce qu'il faut aller voir. Bon, bah, c'est vrai que maintenant je suis là. Autant aller voir l'autre. Allez, cours. Dans 10 ans, il y a encore là. Parce que au niveau de la carte, vous pouvez se TP directement aux endroits, ça serait bien parce que... Non, là c'est cabane ou front de mer, je pense. Je peux même pas choisir.
Mr. Dubois, every worker, member of the board. How can I help you today? No, you didn't. I know the mailman, Harry. I know everyone, and just like I know, you'll get it done. Once you stop horsing around, let me know when it's done. They are just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then...
Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out in the street?
Am I? Harry, these people, Martinez is the most important thing, and we're gonna build a youth centre there. The value of their properties goes up. Yes, yes, the little cul-de-sac on the coast, where all the men have drowned, in either the sea or the... By all means, Harry, what's on your mind?
Non, il n'y a pas de question qui s'était bloquée. Hein. Allez, dépêche-toi. Lui, je peux la monter en photo.
Right to work! Right to work!
Don't think so.
Silence. He takes the photo.
Fucking loincloths. Really did him in. What it means. I can tell you what this one means. Only one. You want to hear what happened here? Our colonel is deep in the bush here. Deep in the fucking bush in Benital, 41. He spent a month behind enemy lines, scouting kipped villages. Nothing but fucking bugs and snakes for fun.
With some strange emotion. This is about to get really graphic.
Our boy, he's only a captain then, but he knows how these men think. If they don't see actions, at dawn, he comes upon 2 kips, breeding it. We shot the boy. He was useless, but the girl, she was nice. She was quite the entertainment. For the week she lasted, expired in the hands of Sarge Mason. The kind of guy who'd make Chief there shit his god. Mason couldn't let go. Cut the tits off her. Drowned in a creek a week later. Spirits my ass.
Something stirs in your stomach.
No, I was in the domain, in Jamrock, being a bouncer. Fucking mask is getting sweaty.
He's under orders, and orders are orders.
Go ahead.
All right now. Free commerce! Keep the goods flowing!
On the photo in your hands, the dead man's skin is studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them, littering his dead skin.
Ah, j'ai gagné encore un point. Bah, donc ça enchaîne les points là. Alors attends, c'est quoi qui me manquait tout à l'heure? Il manquait un peu de cours intérieur. voir Joyce.
You're back. Good.
She reaches for the photo, takes it, then holds for about half a minute in silence. Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish.
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars. I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size look close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels. Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart.
The old world passing by, and the new world.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning. The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption. The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home. Quite a few. Then he made his way to the Revachol.
The old world.
I can't. This man was no sailor. Is there anything else I can help you with? I fear I've told you all I know. Quite a few. Then he made his way to Revachol.
The old world.
I can't. This man was no sailor. Is there anything else I can help you with? By love, you did. Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Frater Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. What can I help you with, Lieutenant Frater?
Ok, ben... Ok. Là, je vais vous demander à une autre personne. Et ben... Que ça... En l'envoyant elle, ça n'a pas débloqué Evra de l'autre côté, en fait. Le 8 en fil pitoyable. Hein? Ouais.
Whoa. What have we? A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one. Guess so.
Est-ce que... Attends, peut-être que j'ai assez pour le corps, là. Les traces, pas les corps.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots, anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs. Sitting at a desk, Lieutenant Kitsuragi fiddles with a pen, then writes something on the paper in front of him. He shouldn't be doing that.
Donc en fait...
There are several footprints in... Sitting at a desk.
Tant qu'il est pas là, je peux pas faire.
You sit on the wind-worn wooden planks of the bench. Your feet ache.
D'accord, c'est là qu'il faut aller si tu peux passer le temps.
You finally stop picking your nose. Time passes. The bright sun blazing overhead is making it difficult to concentrate on deep thought.
S'il faut attendre comme ça, c'est qu'à 21
Time
heures.
passes. The bright sun. This case is unsolvable. You should just give up right now and apologize to the whole town.
Tirer.
Time passes. The bright sun blazing overhead. Time passes. You wonder how your gun is.
Là, encore 1 heure et je peux aller voir l'autre.
Time passes. You wonder how your gun. Perhaps a firmer ground.
Voilà, attends. Je vais sauvegarder là. Normalement, maintenant, je peux aller voir l'autre. Attends. Non, si, j'ai déjà vu lui. Et regarde, après je peux aller me coucher. Ah ben voilà.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
His slender figure is backlit by city lights. It's distance, and his shirt is still unbuttoned.
Beautiful. So tell me, are you here to make things right again? Beautiful. I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting. Mm-hmm. That's why I chose this place. Martinez is special, isn't it? Trust me, you do. That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. Downstairs, a cat crosses the yard. Disappear.
Besides, I've got to run. To the city. It's a beautiful night. We'll talk. Just not tonight. Take care, all right?
L'ami du dimanche.
And he's gone again. Looks like it's becoming a...
Ok. Allez. Ah, dramatique. J'arrive, monsieur. D'abord, je fouille. Chapeau. Ah ouais. Ça donne quoi? Moi, en charge, je sais plus ça, j'ai pas du tout bizarre pour un flic. Ça donnerait quoi? Plus ça, dramatique dans l'électrochimie. J'ai tout, je peux interroger. Avant d'interroger, on va sauvegarder.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
Agent de la milice, l'homme.
You shouldn't be seeing him in an intimate setting. For some reason you feel this man is superior, but he's not in the...
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from Sur la Clé.
Je crois qu'ils ont pas investi dans les doubleurs, hein, quand même.
I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here...
Hanging? What a drag. He seems like a cultured gentleman. You should ask him about the finer things.
Baldaquin, lui montrer.
I got it from the head of the Samaran delegation on my trip to Lomantang. It's made from a special charcoal-colored bamboo. It's an emblem of the former normal...
He's alluding to the decade-long war of independence, while...
That's really all I can tell you about it. The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight. La communauté internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the coalition.
Ça pas québécois.
In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the revolution. Your employer, technically speaking. The governing
Français
authority of Revachol.
Non, plutôt français.
The RCM is but one part of this provisional administration. It is the most important thing. It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price, which is essential for maintaining the social stability. Take your daily bread, par exemple. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes... That's why the Institute of Price Stabilité works to keep inflation just below 2%. But not too far below, no. The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of a sound monetary policy. But oh, I don't have my leaflets on me. Ah, well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais dans l'appartement?
It's the International Organization for Moralists. But of course. Well, do you value freedom? Do you believe in the Occident is part of the normal world? Oranier, Sur la Clé, Martinez? No. Revachol is generally difficult, but they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking. Is this option D usually the most reasonable answer? Sounds like you're a moralist indeed, my friend. Moralism is all about compromise and achieving the achievable. It's pragmatic, realistic, and level-headed. An ideology for doers. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? Whatever you wish, officer. I'm sorry to say I did, officer. Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night.
He holds out his hands and blossoms his fingers, like a drama teacher setting the scene.
No. I mean, it was so strange. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like... That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this. I couldn't see their faces well, and there were quite a few of them. But they were very loud and very... Let's just say that the laboring classes can get rather... I couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10. Maybe I went back inside.
Yes, back inside. Keep yourself safe from the killing.
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices. They were threatening to kill that poor man. I believe they were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 Aeropagites among them. And I am quite certain that one spoke with a Mesk accent. Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened. Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots, no celebratory shouts. You're right, of course. That is what one is supposed to do in such a... I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add. All I can say is that it was late. No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more assistance. Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy. Sorry, who? But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future. He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts, yes. He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But that it's never going to happen. They enter negotiations in 21, and its EPIS is a very special program developed by the Moral Intern to support certain Occidental nations. It began as a unified... It was such a wild success that we expanded it into an economic union. Why, it stands for progress and stability, like the Moral Intern as a whole. It's been such a wild, extraordinary success thus far. We are a supranational political alliance. You mean Revachol? No, it's one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS.
Except that candidate members never become full members, do they?
No, candidate members do become members. Why do... But we were talking about my friend here, not polit. How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Isola? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Au contraire. It's how millions of people end up where they are. Meeting the people. I'm just enjoying the view. Listen.
The baby is crying in the neighboring apartment.
No, listen. The Insulindian Bay. This place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. But the million real view, my friend comes and goes. I'm sure you've seen him.
A busy bee. What an odd choice.
I'm all ears, officer. A moment. Officer, do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave. Sure, go ahead.
J'ai déjà parlé. Non. Non.
Was there anything else? My friend, I'm all ears, officer. Of course.
D'accord, ouais, ok. Donc le tatouage syndicaliste, à part reparler à syndicaliste à la rigueur, on débloque les syndicalistes. Ou là je peux dormir pour avoir le... Et dormir. À moins que c'est la nuit, ça débloque quelque chose.
The bed is still... It's not easy, but your bones are so tired from what feel like weeks of work.
Ah là, il arrive à enfin à dormir.
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You recorded in you forever on ferrotape. On and on it goes, for untold hours. Behold, there are millions of them down. It's the world, Harry boy. And you're made of... You can never forget this shit. All stuck on... You're the son of the... Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The You'll go insane if you keep going.
For the money, baby. For the greater good.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of... There he goes again. He's got no idea what he's in for. Beep, beep, beep. The alarm.
Good. You're up. Listen, there's something that's been... It's a suspicion. Or every day, things seem to spin more and more wildly, out of control. The center isn't holding. And despite your efforts to moderate and contain, oh sure, you've been making progress on your case, but who's focusing on the big questions? You've got to find out who bears la response, the most awesome, terrible thing. It is human nature to crave la responsabilité and to deny it. That's why it must be distributed across many different organizations, agencies, offices, and Whoa, whoa, whoa. This isn't some kind of dictatorship. You can't simply sit like a committee. Only the most even-keeled mind. Your half-brother, the lieutenant, is a natural place to start. Together, you'll be able to discover who has la responsabilité in Revachol. And, if necessary, most likely, your findings will be collected in a... Once they've reviewed it, those same superiors will... Rest assured, no matter what happens, it will be done through the proper channels. Good luck. Your report is eagerly anticipated. Good. You're up. It's a suspicion. Every day, things seem to spin. You've got to find out who bears la responsabilité. Whoa, like a committee. Only the most even... Your half-brother, together, you'll be able to... Good luck.
Pourquoi tu m'indiques toujours hein? Bah tiens.
Good. It's a suspicion. Every day, things seem to spin more and...
Yes? I'm glad to hear it, Detective. I was wondering when we'd get to this very subject. If you ask me, it's high time for you to set aside these frivolous side tasks and focus 100% of your energies on the case before us. Why are you pronouncing it like that gentleman from the Institute of Price Stabilité? You know what? Forget it. What specifically are you trying to assign responsibility for? Ah, now I understand. Next, I suppose you're going to tell me you need to form a committee to assign this responsibility? Simple. Because moral intern types love to form committees. In any event, I am just a humble law official. I may work under the moral intern's umbrella, but I'm... You know who might be, though? That Mr. Villeudroit, the gentleman you met in the young man's apartment.
Comment tu sais que j'ai rencontré?
If I were trying to get in touch with the coalition, I would start by seeking him out. But first you might need to speak with his young companion. Now, was there anything else?
Ok. Bon, alors. Bien.
Again? I can't believe...
I'm not getting involved in this.
It's not my style, he thinks, glancing at the man in sunglasses and the woman beside him. Oh boy, they're mad at him. No one.
Yes? What is it?
Ils veulent pas Ah bah tiens, il est là.
Hi, gendarme. Another rendezvous. Hello, hello. So what brings you here?
Ah bon?
You did? And how did you like him? I told you, he can be very useful. I guess that's the charm of powerful people. A visitor from the first world. He's not like you and me, gendarme. He can always return to his opportunities in Occident, sur la clé. Still. Or is it just money? I don't know. He has keys. And he likes the view. To the sea, I mean. What about me, gendarme? Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer? Convenient. But what are you doing here? Talking to me? Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building, asking muscular, handsome, strong, like one of those military types. Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece. Just reporting back whatever I was telling him. Oh, let me think. He had an accent. He sounded like one of the... He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely, scratch that. He sounded definitely Oranese. Nothing. That I didn't see anything. What friend? No, I don't think it came up. Sure. Anything else on your mind? Oh, a committee. How interesting. And if I may ask, gendarme, what is...
He's all bemused skepticism. He doesn't actually care what you want with his friend.
Oh, a big secret committee. In any case, I would love to help. But the thing is, I don't know where he is. We don't talk about everything, you see. He might have mentioned something about making a tour of some historical sites up the coast. In an unofficial capacity, of course. Not a clue. I'm not his agenda keeper. I guess you will. Bye-bye, gendarme.
Le long de la côte, ok. Attends, on va sauvegarder là.
It's you again. What is it? A witness? You ain't got shit. That's just contact status. Next, he's gonna tell you one of... Well, let's hear it then. Who is your mystery fella?
Comment tu sais ça?
It's like you said, Al. Copper's coming up with this on the spot. I've seen this shit a million times, Titus. Fly fishing. They are desperate. Tell us, Copper, what wacky claims did he make?
Arab guy? Boss, I think he's trying to say me and Theo.
Well, yeah. What is confusing you? Eugene, Theo, and Elaine were there, too. I already told...
It's you assholes that feel the need to go around like a fucking brass band.
Yeah. It's like they put cowbells on you before they send you to the street.
They're avoiding having to answer this question.
We were drinking, weren't we, guys? I hit the bottle hard.
Right. I'm convinced, Glenn. Nothing off here. Just a regular hanging.
That means absolutely nothing to me.
It means the whole scene was long and drawn out, like it was from a film.
What is this fella's problem?
Shanky. It's Shanky, right? I thought there's something wrong about the lynching story. Now I know there was.
You don't know.
I know you are lying, Shanky.
Great witness.
Okay, maybe it doesn't feel like this did anything to them, but they have to be fretting a little. So much bluster to hide the fact that they're uncomfortable with you having this info.
Est-ce que je...
I don't know what went wrong the last time. You have so many good ideas here. Make them all see they're puppets on a string. Those are the other guys. My shit is solid gold. You can trust me. That's right. Titus is ready to break. You've come too far not to trust. Pussy boy, what the hell is going on here. Whatever. Just do the fiddle thing, sire. It'll be artistic. And if you've already done it, do it again.
What the hell are you talking about? That's a nice way of putting it. But you know, I mean...
That is a nice way of putting it. He stole it from a song.
These working-class oafs don't know how to talk about feelings. You shouldn't have opened up to them, or anyone.
Bon, finalement, planté. Il y a besoin par moment de sang-froid. Parce qu'en plus j'ai -1 machin. Ouais, je sais pas. Pouvoir de suggestion.
It's you again. What is it?
Ça marchera pas parce que je viens juste de le faire donc. Il va falloir quelques heures pour débloquer. Ah si, 72.
Convince Titus is being manipulated? Bad idea. Bringing her up will do no good. You should know by now. Titus will never falter. Just remember, it's about more than Glasia. It's about these men and Martinez, their district, their responsibility.
Huh?
He'll get it. Go on.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
Ils aiment tuer.
Yeah, we liked it. It was fun, wasn't it?
It wasn't for your fucking entertainment, Dennis.
They kill you because they think it's funny.
Ils vous prennent.
It wasn't that. It wasn't... We did...
That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now go...
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
Firearm. A Glass 08 or a 38 caliber pistol. Either is small enough for you to have missed. He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do. The lieutenant has put down his notebook. His hand is resting on his holster. What? What does that mean?
Théo.
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
Shut up, Angus!
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This is... Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler?
I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too...
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
You're in. He's all yours. Questions? The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see. He nods.
You hang the corpse to cover up the real cause of death.
We're not sure. Probably a bullet. The wound was difficult.
The coroner and his assistant are wrapped in blue. Hands covered in blue gloves. Mouths covered by blue masks. Bodies by blue aprons. The coroner wipes his brow.
'Cause the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Girls plural? There's another girl?
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't. Classier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hookers and...
Good analogy, boss.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench.
That's okay with the fat man, still wheezing there. He couldn't...
We went upstairs. Sure as day the merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window.
He means they'd been fucking?
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged.
D'accord, ce sera la fille qui l'aurait buté en fait. Par accident.
Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business. You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own. The can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her. From the old world. They're powerful. Connected to the moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your...
That's all he knows. That's all she's told him.
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing. In a manner of speaking.
Remember the two girls? He may be talking about the other one.
That's right. It was her idea to hang him. I liked it, for political reasons. No, you're not gonna be on a first-name basis with this person. You're not getting to her. This person is affiliated with the Hardy Boys. It's Clausia, you...
Ah, here we go. Jigsaw pieces falling into place.
I wouldn't go that far. She's just a woman who's sometimes in our company.
You know, actually, some of the guys...
No! My answer is no, Glenn. We're Hardy Boys. And that's how it's gonna stay. Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot. I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them.
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Clausia. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe it was meant for her.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns. Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you. You do that. Hey, cop. Before you go, Clausia, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did.
This is where you want. That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins.
We'll take that into account.
Ok. Ok. Ben, il faut aller voir comment on fera ça. Là, la prochaine fois, je vais quand même faire une sauvegarde manuelle. Ok. Et bien sur ce, je remercie les personnes qui sont à tout en replay. Je vous vois un prochain live pour la suite. Merci à tous et à bientôt. Au revoir.
The many miles we walk, the many things we learn, the building of a shrine, only just to burn. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. May the wind be at your back, good fortune touch your hand. May the cards lay out a straight, all from your command. That's the way it is. That's the way